Everyone look this way. I want to have a few words with you guys now. All right. We are the young and mature adults of St. Anthony, and we got to show that. I don't want everyone going over there making a racket, throwing snowballs. We got to be responsible. This is a serious issue, and we got to show government that we do not want it to happen. Okay?
Students from Harriet Curtis Collegiate marched to the hospital today to protest the removal of air ambulance service from St. Anthony.
The students are all here from the school today. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it's right for people to get out and demonstrate in cases like this, the things they don't agree with. Everybody has right to assembly, and that's the way it should be.
So what do you think about people's feeling that services are slowly being stripped away from this local area?
Well, some people say slowly. I think it's much faster than that. We've lost a lot of things over the past few years here. We lost governance for one thing, and now the air ambulance. We're continuing to lose everything we had. What we built in this town. We built a lot of this, your ambulance included. You know, it's being taken away.
What do you think about the young people and the support for having the air ambulance here?
I hope that the older generation as well, people like myself, everybody comes out in support of this. I've been talking to people in Southern Labrador this morning. They are very upset with this, and they too will be organizing protests. The more people to get out and let government know that this is a wrong decision, the better our chances of putting this back here and doing what should be done.
Do you think that the report that came out is enough justification for them to move the air ambulance?
None whatsoever. Numbers don't mean a thing in cases like this. We're dealing with people's lives and the health of people here, and that can only be taken care of through sensible decisions. This is not a sensible decision.
At HCC, but not only am I a student, I'm coming to you as a concerned citizen to St. Anthony. As everyone is aware, at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the town of St. Anthony and the public was informed that the air ambulance was going to be relocated from here to Goose Bay. I personally have nothing against Goose Bay, but in my opinion, this is a reaction to the tragic accident that happened in Labrador, where a man lost his life. What happens when they take this air ambulance away from here and something tragic happens right here in our town, or anywhere in this region for that matter? The new air ambulance here in 2008, and now it's being torn from our hands. We have people here who dedicated their lives to this service and this region. More than 60 years ago, we acquired the air ambulance service. Did it really take 60 years for the government to realize that it wasn't a good spot to put it? Of course not. It wasn't. It was a perfect spot, and it always will be. Why weren't the people who work into this?
So how surprised were you by the announcement? It sounds like that came out of the blue without full consultation.
It came out of the blue. We knew that there was a consultation process supposedly undergo. When we went back in the House of Assembly this week, of course, it was mentioned by the Minister of Health that the report was back in, which surprised all of us. I couldn't find anyone that was consulted on that review. So obviously, you know, the fact that it's so important to this district and important to the province in terms of offering air medevac service, you certainly would have thought that stakeholders involved in that service delivery and so on of it would have been consulted. So that was obviously quite a surprise to me.
A lot of people are saying that the fact that you won the seat as a Liberal has something to do with that. Is that is that what you're hearing?
That's what I'm hearing, and you know, I'm quite certain that that's a piece of it for sure. You know, it's very unfortunate that this government looks at democracy in that light. That means that 20% of this province today will have inadequate government services because they didn't vote Progressive Conservative in the last election. You know, this is about taxpayers' money. It's about providing service to taxpayers in this province. It's not about playing politics with people's lives. And so, you know, that thought, yes, I have no doubt it has something to do with it, and it's a very sad thing.
Okay. And what else are you going to do in the next coming weeks to try and help the local area here?
Well, you know, we're certainly going to I'm going to encourage the local area to come together. We have the meeting this afternoon to form a committee. We'll have a public rally tomorrow night, and from there we'll have keynote speakers. We'll plan a strategy. I've asked the Minister of Health through a letter today to put this decision on hold until we can have further review, further consultation, and put a program in place to service the province properly. And I believe that would include the air ambulance service that we have in St. Anthony today. Thank you, Adam, for inviting me here this morning. Thank you for organizing this rally. And it's the beginning of something that we need to continue to do. This is a very sad day for St. Anthony and the region, and it seems to be a continuation of what this government wants to do to us as a people. For the past number of years, we've been stripped of services at healthcare. We've been stripped of services throughout the district, and it's time that it came to an end. I have a media release here in my hand that I printed off yesterday that was put out by the government in February of 2009. It was our MHA at the time, Trevor Taylor, was the Minister of Transportation and Works. I just quote a little bit from a paragraph of what he said. He said that, referring to the placement of a new aircraft in St. Anthony, and he said the reasoning which Dr. Thomas used in the mid-50s to base an aircraft on the Northern Peninsula still holds true today. He noted that St. Anthony is located in the center of the province, making it a logical location for the air ambulance program. Well, it's interesting that 14 months later, this location is not a logical location anymore.
We're here to show support for the St. Anthony town, and we fully support their fight to get their ambulance back, and anything the St. Leonard Brigade can do to get the ambulance back, we will be backing them 100%.
The flags are currently flying at half-mast at the town of St. Anthony in protest for the removal of the air ambulance service. In St. Anthony, this is Tim Clark reporting for St. Anthony News.